Yeah, so Team OTB is taking on TryAthy this June. It's all in partnership with Whoop, the personalised digital fitness and health coach that helps you unlock your inner potential. Tommy, have you unlocked your inner potential?
Johnny, I think I'm on the road to it.
But it's a long, long road. I mean, it's in June. What do we know? Coming towards the end of April, that crucial month of May to bring you through and win the try. What do you want to achieve in this triathlon? Because I think we've Ger, Nathan, Aisling, Emma, Adrian, Brian O'Driscoll, Shane, and yourself. Is this a intriguing octet battling for the glory of OTB?
Yeah, I just want to beat Shane Hannon. He's
good.
18 months ago, 2 years ago, he bet me by a second or two in a race we had. So, yeah, I just want to beat him. He didn't turn up for our last duathlon. We did a duathlon with Whoop last October. Myself and Ger Gilroy were there on the day. We both got through it.
He didn't show up in a spiritual sense, or he actually did not show up?
I don't know why Shane Hannon didn't do it before. I don't know whether he was afraid of the challenge of taking me on a year on from our previous joust. So he didn't turn up that day. So I finished ahead of Ger, so that's all that really matters in the last one. But we both turned up on the day, and yeah, it was good. That was a good build-up. Why aren't you doing it, Johnny, as part of Team OTB? Like, you're somebody who is on the bike every single week. I feel like you could walk parts of this.
I can't swim, and I can't particularly run. But in fairness, I probably should take something like this on. I love actually getting in the water, in the sea, but I'm a very, very poor swimmer. So It's probably something I should be aspiring towards, in fairness, and possibly wearing my Whoop band while it's doing so.
Yeah, like what I would say to that is that you could just take on one leg. I know Adrian Barry's only doing one particular part of it. Ger is picking and choosing what he's doing. I'm hoping to take on all three. I'll struggle with the swim, to be honest with you. I can swim, just wouldn't be too strong at it.
What's the distance?
The distance, I'd just have to double check the distance. I don't think it's that far to swim.
Okay.
I think it's a couple of 100 meters maybe. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure of the distance, to be honest with you. It didn't frighten me anyway when I saw it.
Let's update us on your progress, if nothing else.
Yeah, well, do you know what, Johnny? Last year when we took on the Whoop duathlon, and we had great fun doing it and building up to it, I was kind of worried. I was injured. I had a hamstring injury. And I was like, how am I going to juggle back this? How am I going to work back towards this duathlon? I had 10 weeks to get there. Got a hamstring injury in the middle of the championship. Managed to kind of hobble my way through a couple of games at the end of the championship, but wasn't right for it. And at the end of it, another 6 weeks to go until the duathlon. And I found the Whoop to be a huge help in terms of knowing when I could push it, knowing when I could add a bit more training onto my schedule. And I ended up getting through it I was pretty happy with how I got through the duathlon in the end, you know?
Okay, so I've just been informed here. The TryAthy is 250 metres, sprint 750 metres, Olympic 1500 metres, double Olympic 3000 metres, and it seems that we're doing the 250, which is the easiest one in terms of that. But just looking up earlier on, this is quite interesting because I remember going to the gym and thinking I was great, but on a single machine I was making so many mistakes on a single machine, and you can overdo it in terms of your training, and Whoop is kind of there to tell you as well, listen, this is how you manage this.
100%, Johnny. Like, it's so useful in terms of monitoring your own sleep, the strain you're putting on yourself when you're training. Like, you can see sometimes your strain can be really high, and you might be thinking, that's great, I'm working really hard. But actually, no, your body actually has to work really hard for you to perform at a certain level. So what you want to do is train at a certain level to get that strain down to a more manageable level. So I'll give you an example, right? I don't know what this says about my own fitness at the minute, but when I did the duathlon last year, my strain for it was 18.5, and I spent 31 minutes at 90 to 100% of my max heart rate. Okay. So, pretty intense. We had a game on St. Patrick's weekend, Gaelic football. I spent 40 minutes at 90 to 100% of my max heart rate. So I don't know whether I was trying more that time or I was running a bit harder, but it just shows you I would want that strain to come down as the season goes on. There's moments when I'm at my max heart rate, but I'm not gassing the whole way through the bloody game. So that's what you're kind of using the Whoop to work towards, and you can see your own progress. You know yourself when you're going to the gym. As you said, if you're not using the right machines, if you haven't been guided in the right way, you're not going to feel the progress. You're not going to want to keep going. But when you can see little incremental bits of improvement as you're working towards something, it's great. And I find the Whoop to be brilliant towards that. Like, I'm shocking with my sleep. And I
don't sleep well.
No, I'm not great. I've never been great. I don't know whether it's the 5 years coming off the back of 5 years of morning shifts, but I wouldn't have the greatest sleeping schedule. And you could rock in the training one evening and just be absolutely goosed, and you could overdo it, and that's when the hammy goes, or that's when there's an injury comes about. So just being able to manage that within reason, like you're not going to go up to a coach and say, my whoop has told me I can't train tonight, but you know yourself how far you can push it.
Yeah, so just looking at the other team OTB members, you've obviously mentioned Shane. Brian O'Driscoll isn't bad. What do we make of the likes of Aisling and Emma? Are they going to do it for the ladies here?
Well, Aisling has been flying fit. She has to be, like, she's playing dual camogie and Gaelic football. Emma, I know, got a fairly decent bike in the last couple of weeks, so she's been working towards that. So you'd imagine the two of them would put in a good performance. Brian, I know for a fact, is worried about the swim.
Right.
So
even Brian.
I don't know whether he's going to share it. I don't know if he's going to even do the swim. I think he's been on in the last couple of weeks. Don't know whether we can cajole him into doing it. But you'd imagine a professional athlete or a former professional athlete, one of the best in the game, is going to be able to breeze through this no problem whatsoever. But you'd be surprised. Like, we'll be going up against professional triathletes, people who are taking this very, very seriously on the day.
And Ger is taking his swimming so seriously. I think he was telling me he went to the local swimming pool and he got into one of those kind of classes with all the women who are like singing and dancing and so on, and clapping their hands. So this fella's taking it seriously as well.
The aerobics, yeah. No, Gilroy, in fairness to him, he didn't do the run.
We're calling him Gilroy now. Gilroy.
Well, that's we're teammates. We're Whoop. We're in the same Whoop team. So
okay.
Ger, in fairness to him, hasn't done the run this time, and he's probably right to. Last year, the run really got him on the duathlon. He's flying on the bike, he's really strong at the swimming, and the run is just catching him. So he's being smart about it, and he's just taking on 2 legs of this triathlon. To be fair, it is all about getting through it, having the crack, improving your fitness a little bit, and enjoying it. Like I see the release you get when you're out on the bike every weekend. That's incredible. And that's something brilliant that you've discovered in the last couple of years. So this is just us trying to all get out. We're all at different levels, of course, but it's just about getting through it on the day.
Totally, yeah. And as I said, like I should get into swimming, and I think anyone listening, there's loads of stuff out there that you should give a try to. You'll be surprised the stuff you completely get addicted to, healthy addiction as well. And just finally, if I come back to you on the 29th of May, exactly a month's time, where are you at then?
Where am I at in a month's time? I think I'll be good to go. I'm going to lift it out the bike a little bit. I struggled with the bike last year. Some of the bikes that you go up against are just absolutely sensational. So I really have to put a bit of work in on the bike. It's a 5-kilometer run. Like, I'll be honest, I'm not going to be too worried about that. Some other people might struggle with it. I'm not going to be too worried with a 5-kilometer run. I should be able to get through that, no problem. Like, that's what I'm saying to you, Johnny. It's a 20-kilometer bike, a 5-kilometer run. Forget about the swim for now. You could surely take that on.
I could do 20k in the bike. The 5-kilometer run, I'm a bit alarmed. Maybe I should get you out on the bike for one session or something this month and see where you're at.
Well, I'm nowhere near it on the bike, but like, you can get from a 0 to 5k in 4 to 5 weeks. You can absolutely get there if you work towards it. I'm putting it to you right now. Join us on our journey.
This lot was supposed to be me talking to Tommy about his progress, and it's turned into you trying to get me involved.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be brilliant. If anyone wants to get involved, they absolutely should.
Watch this space. Thank you, Tommy.
Cheers, Johnny.
And Team OTB is taking on the TryAthy this June. Maybe I will. It's all in partnership with Whoop, the personalised digital fitness and health coach that helps you unlock your inner potential.